So hello guys, what's up, this is ScherBR and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be discussing the two new Farmable characters, Muse and Annie. Starting with Muse, I want to discuss this character. I do suggest you guys to farm them. I believe that Muse is way better for global than for Japan. Just trying to explain a little better, these characters are getting released before their time when compared to Japan. We are getting there ahead of time. Muse was supposed to be released like 3 months along the road, but she's already available now. What's so good about her? Well, she's an AoE attacker. She may not have the highest status or the best passives, but she can do AoE damage with both cold and lightning elements, and we are lacking this. And I do believe that we'll be getting a new version of Rock Bouquet very soon that can also do lightning damage, and they can also work together. Well, we cannot compare the damage of a premium style against a free farmable style, but, well, sometimes Rock Bouquet will not be able to finish waves by herself. She will need extra help, and that's where we get Muse. There are some problems with this character as well, but let's talk about the good things. The good thing is that she starts with Rainstorm. This attack here is pretty good because it's just a deep power attack with 8 BP cost, so it means that you can reduce this to 6, and you can use this twice in a row. In the Japanese version of Muse, using this twice in a row was already good, but she lacked a proper third attack. Ice Javelins in Japan is not the same attack that we have here on Global. Here on Global they changed it for the release of the Teacher UniverSe, and because they changed it for one style, it changes for all styles, just like SaGa with some past characters. So this means that Ice Javelins here on Global is an AoE attack that uses cold damage and debuffs the endurance of the targets. It's a pretty good attack depending on the situation where you want a little more damage. We still haven't found many enemies with very high endurance that we need this debuff to make our physical damage dealers do more damage, but if you need it, it will always be a good thing. But if you are using Muse for farming, she will just start with Rainstorm 2 times and finish with Ice Javelins. You only need to use 3 bucks for this composition to work, and she can also use Revitalizing Water, another skill that it's a healing spell, and that can only be awakened once, and heal plus endurance buff. That's pretty cool. I sometimes prefer the healing water spell that, well, uses only 3 VP, and I always have it available than this, but I believe that she can also be used for some boss fights. So for farming, she's perfect. She can help for those that killed Galahad instead of getting him. She will also help those that got Galahad but didn't get Mei-Ling. And for those that need extra help to do more damage alongside those two, she will work for all these scenarios, especially with the future formation that increases intelligence for 2 slots and STR for another 2. It's a mixed formation that will be useful for most situations. So, the attacks are pretty nice, it's not so costly, does not use book number 3. You can already just think about using her for damage, it means only 3 books. But now about the passives. Are they good enough or not? Well, the problem with Muse is that she tries to be 2 things. Problem and sometimes a good thing, because you will not be needing to, well, invest on a character that is just for damage and then another for just healing, but there's a problem with that. When a character wants to be too many things, it doesn't excel on any. Breath of Life just recovers HP with a medium attack on start of turn, so she gets some healing with 25% chance of happening. Recovery Boost 3 means that she can heal better when using Revitalizing Water. It increases her healing chances, her healing potential. But it doesn't really affect much, it's just, for me, it's a waste of a slot. And the last one is Weak Point Focus 3. It gives 15% increase in damage when she's attacking an enemy weaknesses. The good thing is that she attacks with 2 elements, and, well, it's not so hard to attack the enemy weaknesses. If you are not attacking enemy weaknesses, you are not even using Muse, or you shouldn't be using. So I do believe that if this was a premium style, you would want to remove Recovery Boost and just give, like, for the 4 to give like 30% increase in damage. But she's free, we have to remember that, and usually free characters have some limitations. But, well, still not that bad for a character we can get to level 50 without spending gold pieces. But now we need to check her status. Well, and here we are on our SaGa website, and it's easy to see the good and bad things about Muse. The good thing is that her intelligence is not bad, it's on 80%, that's not bad. Launch characters have way less than this. And then she has a very good love, good charm, good spirit, not that high, but good. But then she has a very low agility. On 53%, she will be attacking after most enemies in the game. Depending on the stage, you will find enemies that will not attack before you, but I do believe that you have some problems. That's just like Galahad. Galahad has a very bad agility. It is worth noticing that she has even lower agility than Galahad. And that means that you need to get her to level 50 to try to compensate this. And even on level 50, she will not go first. But she's free, you can get her to level 50 by getting 15 dupes. It's doable, it may take you some days, and I still believe it's worth. At least for the hardcore players. One good thing to see is that because of her passive that increases her healing, right now in Japan she can heal just as much as close to the HP cap of them. As you can see, very high. Yeah, it kinda needs to use an SS weapon for this, but she can heal from 0 to max. Yeah, because of the passive. And for inheritance, I believe that you may even be inheriting Water of Life just to have that skill that heals available all the time. Water Gun is not bad, but it's a little too costly. We usually want 6 BP for spells that has 8 power, and Diamond Dust does not give you too much more value than Thunderstorm, because it's only 3 more power with way too more BP cost. So she doesn't have anything else to inherit from, so this is what you get. Well, this is Muse, and I believe that she has very good value for the current pace of the game. Good intelligence, bad agility, can be used in some situations, will help those that have Galahad or Mei-Ling, or even those without them, because they will need someone to do cold or lightning damage, and she gets even better when Rock Bouquet gets released, so you can also make a combo of so many elemental damage dealers. If I were to give a grade to this character, I'll be giving an 8.0 out of 10. I don't think that she has too many competitions, and that's the reason why she gets a good grade. In the future, it's easy to beat her because there will be characters with way more agility and also better passives, better styles to inherit from. And now we need to talk about Annie, and this character is amazing. Very powerful for a free character. I really want to get her to level 50 as soon as possible. Let's discuss the skills. The first one is Sonic Slash. This one is not bad at all, because it's a skill that can be reduced to 3, meaning it's always available. C power is already good enough for a skill with 3 BP, and it has the fast property, meaning that she will always go first, depending on the situations you may really want this. And then she has Mirage Blade. It's an AoE attack that's getting old, I know. D power, 10 BP, can be reduced to 8. It's worth noticing that Mirage Blade will be updated in the future. It gets to C power with the skill upgrade system. It will take some time to reach this point, I believe like 2 months, but when it does, Mirage Blade becomes better. Not amazing, but better. There are situations where you want to use this if you have other characters to finish the first wave. Some characters like Barthélemy that can clear the first wave by himself. And then Mirage Blade will be good because you can use it twice in a row. And it's better to invest on an attack that it's full AoE instead of just row or column. Well, and the last skill is Flash Triple Thrust. It has double S power, and the good thing is that this skill is better than Beer Crush. Beer Crush has double S power as well, but Flash Triple Thrust has increased power, even being double S. It's very close to a triple S attack, as much as close as you can get. And the BP cost is 11, and it has Slash and Pierce damage. That's extremely important, and this is what makes the new Asylus just so good, because Annie is stealing this attack from new Asylus. New Asylus is the Prefector Asylus that will be released probably this month or the start of the new month, and it's what makes her such a good boss killer. And not just a boss killer, but also for farming. You can just use her in the Dragoon Strike formation, where you only need to increase STR, and they will be doing damage to both Slash and Pierce weak enemies. That is pretty amazing. Annie can also do something very interesting, that is fully awaken Mirage Blade, and then leave both skills on 8 BP. So it means that she will never use Mirage Blade if you don't want her to use. She will just use Flash Triple Thrust every time that she has BP available. If you have a setup that has like Barthélemy on the first wave and then you finish it with Barthélemy, she will just use Flash Triple Thrust twice in a row on turn 2 and on turn 3. She will have enough BP for this. And that allows this character to be used in many farming stages. Not just that, but she has, like I said, passives like a premium unit. The first one is Punishing Breath. This is 25% chances of getting BP when attacking. Doesn't really matter much for farming, but, well, in boss fights it can be used. And she has 2 passives for damage. Weak Point Focus 3 will give her 15% increase in damage when attacking weak targets. And Fired Up 4 will give her 15 on all times. So 30% increase in damage, and having a very powerful attack already means that Annie will defeat most styles in this game for damage. She may not have the highest STR, but because she has a better skill, she will just compete with that as well. Well, we just talking about status so many times, we need to check them now. Let's go. There are 4 different styles for Annie. The first 3 ones are Platinum. Just like this one, it will go to Platinum as well, so you don't have anything limited or restricted to festival banners or anything. The good thing is that, well, the Platinum style that we are discussing here has 2 arrows for STR, the most important status, and also for intelligence. She is also a stun debuffer or stun inflictor with her other Platinum styles. I'll be discussing this as well because it's interesting. So far, she didn't have any arrow for intelligence, even though she needed. Let's just check the difference between all modifiers here. As you can see, this new version can have more STR than the normal Platinum one. She has very similar endurance, very similar dexterity, a little more agility, higher intelligence, and this is important because she can inherit stun skills from this other style. Then there is will. She has lower will, lower love, and lower charm, but this doesn't make much difference. The most important stuff is attack through STR and speed and intelligence, and she beats all these 3 categories against her best Platinum style. Let's just give a look on the other stuff about this Annie. Here, this is the Platinum one. Like I said, she's a stun specialist. She has a chance to decrease the stun resistance, a chance to stun by attacking, and also she increases her STR when she's attacking. So 2 passives related to stun. Now I want to show you all the skills from all the 4 different styles so that we can get some perspective. The third skill that we were discussing has double S power. We already knew, but the modifier is 52. This is not something that the game shows you. And it's so high that it has almost the same power as multi-way, that it's a double S power as well, but 10 BP coast. Now we have a similar skill with only 8 BP coast and the increased element of Pierce. Very, very good, man. We can use this twice in a 3-turn cycle, and with multi-way we couldn't. I do believe that the only good things to inherit from her is the first or second skill from her past Platinum styles, because they have medium chance to inflict stun. I still believe that the first one is better. If you want stun, you just want the cheapest way to do it. And parry from her A style. There's also Whirlwind, but I don't think it's worth, since it gets updated, you have to waste some materials, but it goes from 20 to 26 power. The problem is that if you get this skill, you will override on the other 2, and only on stages that have 2 waves with enemies aligned in a row. It's not something that you will find all the time. I don't think that's a good thing. You have to use bugs, you have to use upgrade materials. I believe that this is a waste. Just focus on the first and second skill from her past Platinum and parry. That should be the best thing. And here we are, back to the game. I just want to say my final thoughts about Annie. In my opinion, she deserves a 9.0 out of 10. She's an amazing character that can top some premium styles with easy. Flash Triple Thrust is a very powerful attack that will still be relevant in months and months to come. The future Atlas has his attack as well. We can use both together to get even more damage with flexibility. meaning that you don't need to just, well, level up too many pierce damage dealers if you have characters with double elemental attacks. If you don't have all the time in the world, leveling up this Annie and future Ocelos will save you time. This is what I'll be doing. I skipped so many pierce damage dealers, and now Annie is a fix for me. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. We have the links here in the description if you want to support the channel or join our Discord. We see each other on the next video. Bye.